Hello?
What's up, girl? What happened after Tony dumped you?
Girl, I'm over it. I went from heartbreak to hate.
Hi, Bob.
Oi, Joy.
I just wanted to race it. Get it in fast.
Why is it going to be about race?
It's either about race or how fast or how slow.
You're talking about sex.
I am talking about sex.
We're talking about pornos.
Hey, watch out now.
It's porn time. Porn
Everybody's favorite
If you'd
time.
like to sponsor our podcast.
What are some of the...
You're actually a more reputable company. Pornhub's a pretty really good company, actually. I mean, they give back to the people for some reason.
Watch out.
And not just chafing on their dick. They give back to the community. So
that's awesome.
That's all we have to say about porn. Thanks for listening to our podcast. Enjoy Christmas.
Pornhub your favorite company?
I mean, I think it's the go-to now. Because, you know, I'm a person of a different age. And I remember when porn was not legal to find on the internet really easily.
Yeah.
Like, you had to pay.
So much paying.
I mean, realistically, if you masturbate every single day of the month, that's 31 times in some months. And if you only had to pay $35 a month to masturbate, I mean, I think a lot of people did it back in the day, you know?
People were thirsty, but I think many more people access it because it's free now.
Oh,
like so many.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things that we can actually talk about where back in the day you had to whisper like this.
Yeah. And like now, if you look up terms on the internet, anything could possibly turn up a porn picture. I mean, you have to watch out. Not safe for work really means something different when you're looking up, different terms.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite kind of porn? Scenario.
Scenario. I don't know. The thing I like about Pornhub, and I'm really serious, Pornhub, you should sponsor us, is that if you don't click on the picture, you just like hover over the picture, it kind of gives you a little preview.
I love a preview
of what's going to happen. And I really enjoy watching porn where people look like they are liking it. Dead face porn. There's so many people out there.
Horrible.
Yeah, you're like, I like to see what their facial expressions are going to be like, and if the guy giving it is giving faces and the guy getting it is giving faces, I'm like, this could be good. This 13 minutes could be the best 13 minutes yet.
There are certain things that can ruin it, like, you're watching one and like a straight couple and the guy's just hammering away, like really, really going for it. And the girl's just like she's like on a rocking horse at the fucking
she's like
Walmart.
Meh.
She's like, meh.
She's like looking at her nails, making scenes,
sounds
sure
or anything.
Yeah, I know,
and
that's the
he's
thing.
Like pounding away like he's got the biggest dick ever, and she's like, meh. Probably could have had a V8.
Could have had a V8, and maybe you should have. Maybe that colonic wasn't the choice. The V8 may have been better.
I don't think V8 should sponsor us.
I don't.
I think tomato juice is gross.
No.
Sorry, V8.
Sorry, V8. I'm sure you're still making money across the world, but you're not for us.
We have our standards.
Palm juice. Like palm.
Ooh, palm. Like we could palms. Anyways.
We can get all of our sponsors to start with the letter P. So Pornhub and palm juice. I like people to be enjoying it, right? I like to hear things. I like the sound. I think it's an atmospheric experience for me. I like candles, incense.
I like a little bit of production, like the whole natural feel. Like some people are into the raw and gritty, and I want the lies.
Now, if you give me, I fucked 24 guys in 24 hours, and they just came in and dumped cum in me. If you give me one of those scenarios, I'm interested in like 5 minutes. But
I'm more interested from like, how is she still going? Like, I think I've watched a couple of those versus like line out the door and beforehand
Yeah.
they're always interviewing the girl like, how do you think it's gonna go? She's like, I don't know, but I'm nervous
Why
and
do they
excited.
interview? Why do they interview?
Why? I don't know.
Not that I'm saying any kind of intellectual thing against porn stars, because honestly, you guys are fucking amazing. Like, we talked about illegal things a while ago on our podcast. I think it was last week. And yeah, we talked about doing prostitution as a form if it was legal.
Right.
But the difference between porn and prostitution is people will pay to fuck you in no matter what shape you are.
That is the
And
truth.
porn,
Yeah.
whether you're, I'm air quoting everybody, you know, this is your first time, because that happens a lot in gay porn.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's their first time, but they literally just got done working out, because you can tell their abs are on fire. Like, I mean, you work for a couple hours. I'm not dumbing down porn, because I understand there's a lot of production behind it, and there's a lot of time, fluffers, people look paid, hairstylists, nails, everything involved. It's a full-length movie, Francis Ford Coppola of porn, and yet I feel like you still have 3 to 4 hours of a workday to go work out.
Right.
So your job is just to look good, which
A lot less hours than we're spending for a lot less.
right. But I'm gonna put this out there. Even if I had the extra time, I don't think I would work out. Porn's not for me. I'm not that I haven't done porn.
Ooh. Do you want to get into your porn career?
I don't really want to get into my porn career,
Okay.
but it was brief.
You flirted with it.
I flirted with it. I did it. No one can find videos because they don't exist. But yeah, it happened.
You can check that off your list.
I can check it off my bucket
There,
list.
ta-da.
I made some coinage. It's past life, everybody. Anything that happened last week's past life. Just kidding. It wasn't last week.
Last month. Anyways.
So we like porn to mean something, like the feelings,
Yeah.
because that's human connection, right? Because it kind of feels like you're with it, you're in there with them, like
Yeah.
whatever
I get you.
scenario. Is there scenarios in porn that, like, are there like scenes that you like feel like you're drawn to more, like romantic porn?
No. Ew. Romantic porn. Blech.
I mean, starring Sandra Bullock.
Listen, and I know
I would never watch a Sandra Bullock
that
porn.
supposedly, the romantic women, they need romantic porn. Like, that's what they tell you whenever you find the women-directed companies. And I'm sure maybe a majority of women are looking for romantic porn. I don't have time for all that. I need to fast forward. I need to get to the scenes.
So
It's a get in and get out situation.
yeah,
So I don't know if there's necessarily a certain scenario. I look for certain positions. That's the kind of bitch I am. I don't care about your scenarios.
positions with pizzazz.
Yes.
What's your favorite position that you like enjoying watching people fucking?
The reverse cowgirl. Let's start there
Mm-hmm.
because that shit looks fucking impossible. I know this bitch is not built for it. So I'm always impressed to watch these skinny bitches turn into pretzel shapes and bend all the way backward and they're doing these squats. I'm like, my thighs would be on fire. So fascinated with that. Obviously doggy style.
Well, we know you love doggy style.
We know.
I mean,
Listen,
if
I
Snoop Dogg
feel
didn't
like
make that
America
album,
loves doggy style. I am not alone. I'm not gonna make me think I'm alone.
I don't
'cause
think
I'm
you're
not.
alone. But I feel like if Miss Pettycake happened in the early '90s, Snoop Dogg would not have a career because you would have been Miss Doggy Style or something like that.
But I like a variance of positions, like where they switch.
Yeah, me
What
too.
what bores me to death is because all straight porn is like this. Girl goes down on a guy for 20 fucking minutes. I don't got time for that shit.
And then he rams his finger at her clit area and violently,
Just
like
if he even does
if
that.
he even does that. But I mean, I've seen straight porn because gay porn wasn't always
Wasn't always-
available.
right.
So I've done my time in straight porn hell, and
He said hell, not even purgatory.
the veracity in which they finger women is scary.
Yeah.
Because you can't do that with a guy. You can't finger guys like that.
Yeah, so I don't have time, personally, for, 900 minutes of oral sex because it's never female-oriented. Like,
Right. No, yeah.
female benefits.
Definitely.
So I just want to pass all of that. And so sometimes they just spend too long, and then they're, like, in missionary, and I'm not here for that neither.
Do you ever find yourself watching a porn and then you're like, no, let's look at something else?
Absolutely. I have a much shorter attention span for porn than
Me
I do
too.
any other thing.
Me too.
I will go back and forth. That's why I also got excited when he was like, yes, when they started having the preview feature on certain sites.
Yeah.
Oh, that is the truth. That wastes less time.
Because if we're going to be honest about porn here, I probably spend more time searching porn with my dick in my hand than I actually do masturbating.
Right, because you got to find the right shit.
Yeah.
It's like,
Like it's more time consuming to like get that right flavor for the moment.
It is. You know what? Maybe you can do this. I don't spend enough time on sites, but can you make playlists so you can just go back?
Yeah.
And then not
All you
even
can do is have you log in and create an account, and then you can just like,
I've never made an account.
yeah, you just have a playlist and you save it, and you hope that, because the thing with porn is some of those things get taken away because
Yeah.
they're not technically supposed to be out there,
That's
but
true.
they are illegal. But so sometimes they go away.
Right.
So
But for that week, you're living it up. Maybe I should step forward and create myself an account somewhere.
I
At
don't know.
Pornhub after they sponsor us.
Pornhub, if you'd like us to create an account, another one. Yeah, no, I think the thing is porn is so prevalent, and you can have any type of porn you really want to watch. So I mean, there's obviously things that are like snuff films that are still illegal, but for the most part, you can get whatever you want. Are there any scenarios that you absolutely hate?
I'm glad you asked me this question. There is something going on in the straight world that is this insane prevalence of incest-themed porn.
Oh.
Brother fucks stepsister, mother fucks stepson. You know what I mean? It's all of these adjacents. Sometimes it'll say brother and sister, and you're like, wow, we're really going there. And you assume that these people are not related.
That these are paid actors,
but it's like
pretending to be related.
those are the words that people are searching for, and I know this because you go into certain sites and it's like the top hits. That's what pops up, and you're scrolling through pages looking for things, and it's like the insane number of these videos that'll be like in the first 2-3 pages. You're like, what the fuck?
Well, just to let you know and let all the listeners know, that's also a major gay porn trend as well.
Yeah.
And I mean, they go so far. I don't know if they do. I'm sure they do it. Never mind. Why am I even saying that? They have magazines called Barely Legal. I'm sure they do it in straight porn, but like in gay porn, they do it to where it's younger, possibly not legal looking people.
Oh, okay.
And it's their stepdad and their son.
Yeah.
And like stuff like that. So.
I mean, there's always been in the straight world like barely legal, virgin, and also lies. But
yeah, no, I used to work at a place that sold porn magazines, and Barely Legal was the most sold
it
magazine.
really seems like that must be. It's like, she just turned 18 today type shit. And
Yeah, no,
you're
it was
like,
Barely Legal, and then it was Jugs. I don't know if it was actually called Jugs, but I think it was called Jugs. It was something like that. It was just some kind of derogatory term for
I have not
breasts.
heard the term jugs in a fucking minute. You just took me back into time.
I wonder if Jugs Magazine would like to sponsor our podcast.
You're
We
still-
both have breasts. I look up jugs like it's not going to be just milk jugs, but and then I type milk. Magazine.
I can't. Well, you're real time searching.
Jugs with 2 G's.
It
Yes.
still exists. Awesome. Yeah.
Oh,
So
no, it doesn't still exist.
Oh, we're sorry, Jugs.
It did for 25 years though.
Well, good on them. They had some longevity. But
The dude died in 2001.
the barely
The
legal
Jugs
of it
daddy.
all, that's a different person. It doesn't appeal to me at all. Because most of the time in straight porn, it's the barely legal girl, right?
Oh yeah.
But I'm thinking, even if it was barely legal, young stud, I don't want to watch a supposedly 18-year-old boy try to fuck. 18-year-olds don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Hi, 18-year-olds. Because
I mean-
our podcast is explicit, so you should be 18 to be listening.
You should be. Shit.
21 in some states.
And it's not your fault if you're 18 that
No,
you don't know how to fuck.
because that's your parents' fault.
It's not your fault because you need time and practice.
It's like a band instrument. You don't just start playing the trombone. You just don't pick it up and understand how to place your lips correctly on the trombone and start playing. You don't actually know how to move your hands in repeated motions to make sounds correctly. Trombone players aren't born, people. It's a
Trombone players are made.
They are made. And they're made through practice and lip precision and hand-to-lip coordination and all the good things that are also applied to porn stars.
Sometimes we'll go through a patch of time where I forget how much I love our podcast, and then we have days like today.
I mean, science.
Every time you say science, I swear, I can't.
If science would like to sponsor our podcast.
Here's the thing, our loving audience. We're both sober. Okay?
We're sober.
That's the thing.
The only thing that's in our faces is weave juice. Literally, the only thing I can smell
It's just
is her lime
weave
weave
juice.
juice. Anyway,
It's just such a natural perfume, isn't it?
it is. It's so natural. So natural. But no, the barely legal stuff's everywhere, and then that's the thing is like you said, I mean, it's the thing with the incest thought is the forbidden fruits, right? I mean, that's the
Yeah.
thing is everyone kind of goes to those. They can't just say, "Oh, I want to watch porn. I want to watch these extreme scenarios," because I mean, it's extremes in a lot of ways. Because people like extremely muscular people. Some people like extremely thin people. Some people like. I mean, I think porn is a fantasy.
Right.
And it's a safe place to exact your fantasies.
Yeah.
So,
And I guess there have to be varying levels for every person. Because I'm thinking of bondage, right?
oh yeah.
Like, you're like, oh yeah.
I'm actually going to get into some of that. Anyway, go ahead.
I like bondage. I absolutely do. Then there's a lot of videos that go hardcore. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with those, but I look at some of that stuff and it gets past a certain point where it's not fantasy anymore. I just look at it and I go, how is she not in the worst pain? But now that's my brain.
That's your brain.
So,
But as we've discussed with the trombone player, this could be conditioning
could
and
be.
practice.
And maybe so.
Maybe you built up enough toughness on your ass that you can handle a larger paddle with holes in it.
Oh, I'm sure that there's but I'm talking about with the rope. Some of that stuff looks real extreme, and I'm sure you build up.
And there's lots of porn. There's also humiliation porn, which I mean, I guess if you like that, that's we're not shaming anybody for any kind of porn that you like at all. But we're just talking about us and our opinions. And I mean, for some of us, sex can be humiliating. Anyway,
So you're saying you don't want to go and seek it out.
I don't want to seek out other people's humiliation. I also, one thing I really don't like in porn, and it's becoming more prevalent in gay, I don't know about straight porn, but POV porn, where you never see the person,
Yeah.
you only see their dick and what's happening at the other end, which if you're going to have a shot of that, like looking down with the camera, all for it. But like we said before, I like to see the people, preview them. I don't like to have unknown dick.
Yeah. In addition to the POV, I would just say this is a long-standing thing in straight porn, which is some kinds of companies and things. You see everything about the girl, every single thing, head to toe.
Oh, yes.
The dude, you don't see his face. It's
No.
like perfect, purposely obstructed.
You barely ever see his balls or anything like that.
Yeah, and it's like back years ago when it was still a lot more taboo. This guy can just walk around unfazed, living a regular life. Meanwhile, this girl is scarred for life.
True.
And I still have some of those feelings when I watch those. And I was like, you know what? You're a piece of shit. Put your whole fucking face on there and be proud of what you're doing. Otherwise, don't do it.
Otherwise, don't do it. Yeah. Fuck that. Fuck a hidden dick. Not a hidden dick, but
Right. I know what you meant.
yeah. So I mean, nowadays, some porn stars, especially gay porn stars, they don't have a porn following unless they have a social media following.
I could see that.
So Twitter, I don't know if you're down.
I'm not, old lady, I don't have the Twitters.
So Twitter has no explicit content filter or content filter.
Really?
Yes, really. So porn stars put some previews up.
Uh-oh.
And now we have OnlyFans sites. You're familiar with OnlyFans, right? So people pay
Yeah.
to see a specific content from porn stars or people who are just normal people with bank teller jobs who have an OnlyFans account where they just rub one out once a day.
Uh-oh. Hey. Now, see, the thing is, if you could really get into the money of it all.
$19.95 a person, Joy. A person. A month.
You just got to get I can do the math right now. I just only need so many subscribers. Okay. Carry the one. No, okay. I'm good.
I only need 100 subscribers to get my salary. Current salary. So I'm just saying, is there 100 people out there that are willing to watch me talk about bullshit most of the time and then show my dick once a day? Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. I haven't searched out that right. I mean, we discussed this personally, but we know that from past experiences with porn, the Canadians were into me.
Yeah, you just got to market it correctly. I think that's probably what it turns out to be, really.
Yeah. So, hey Canada. Let's talk about. Can we talk about numbers for a second? I don't know when I said it, but we're going to talk about in the future some of our countries that are listening to us. Canada is now number 3.
Uh-oh, watch out, Canada. We have always loved you.
We've always loved you,
way.
and we did talk some shit about you, and by we, I meant me, and we did apologize back in, I think, February or March. It was a long time ago.
Right.
But now Canada is number 3.
Then,
U.S., U.K., Canada.
Uh-oh. I love it.
Yeah.
Now, one brief second.
Uh-huh.
We're going to come back to Canada because
Yeah.
I still love you. Is UK number 2 because they found out that we love female black British rappers?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, UK.
What's up?
Digging you.
But Canada, we love you. Thank you
Yeah.
for being number 3.
Yeah.
Why don't you work your way right on up?
And the one thing I really do love, even though this has nothing to do with porn, but it actually has everything to do with porn, is that the state that has listened to us most is California.
I know you love you some California.
I do, and that's where a lot of porn's made. But not even just most. I mean, double any other state, California.
Good.
I mean, we've had
California's
thousands
ready.
of listens.
Right.
We're almost to 6,000 now.
Mhm.
California, 2,500.
California knows what's up. They're not as restricted as
No.
some of the other parts of the country.
If the state of California would like to sponsor our podcast, we don't know. Do you know any cities that start with a P? Palo Alto. How about that?
You're still in your P's.
If the city of Palo Alto would like to sponsor our podcast,
I was gonna say, if San Diego would like to sponsor me coming out there to finally fucking see this place, I keep hearing that it would be my, my one happy place, my laughing place. Anybody who's watching Castle Rock, and
oh my god, this season's so good. It's so fucking good.
it is.
If
But
Hulu would like to sponsor our podcast,
that would be amazing.
um,
Either or.
porn.
Sorry, you're right.
We just did a whole section on. We digressed, got into it, talked about things, back to it. Porn.
Mm-hmm.
So I forgot until I was in the kitchen just a few minutes ago, tapping up a needle and injecting it.
You're so dramatic.
Into my dog because he's diabetic. But I tried to get into artistic porn 10 years ago. I forgot all about that. So there was this big push in like animated porn with like the software that I use.
Okay.
And so I had submitted a bunch of porn that because the site was like create some, submit it. So I submitted a bunch of porn and I never got a call back. Shocking. I think it's because it was all biracial. But anyway, biracial is a big porn industry, I feel like. Am I wrong?
Maybe you were ahead of the curve and people weren't.
2009, come on.
Oh, well.
But yeah, so I tried to do porn 10 years ago.
See, it's always been on your radar. It's always been in your heart.
Porn is in my heart.
And on your dick. Go with it. Don't roll your eyes.
I don't know. That didn't roll my eyes. It just like for a second there was
like
just
they were rolling, like they were trying to do the
what
math.
kind
I
of
was like,
comeback
what?
do I have? She's
I'm
mentioned
broken.
my dick. She's talked about my dick. There's nothing more to say.
I will refer you back to the episode where you kept wanting to talk about my broken pussy. Or what were we calling it? There was a different term.
Impaired vagina?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Something in vagina. Yeah, that's true.
So porn in the future.
Ooh.
Do you feel? I mean, we're
Alien
living
fucking?
in the future, right? Because we've discussed on the show, and we had that company actually liked our podcast about when we talked about there, but they never sponsored us. Just gonna put that out there. Where you can like set it up on webcams, and you can insert the thing and create the vibrations via webcam drop coins, or
Okay, yeah.
you could do it by your phone long distance and like make your lover come. So we're there.
Right.
We're in the future now. Sex robots are
Yeah.
not a real thing, but we're getting
Sex
there
dolls.
with sex dolls.
Baby steps.
Baby steps. We need more animatronics, less Disney, more Cherry 2000, if you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
What do you feel is the future of porn? Because I feel like bisexuality is a big thing now. Like it used to be a thing in porn,
Yeah.
and it was kind of like, I don't want to say it's a novelty, but I feel like, bisexual people have had it shit go of it anyway. So people, I think before it was like a trick.
Yeah. I know that right now trans porn is kind of on the rise.
Yeah.
But even more futuristic, I think robots is kind of like the right idea. I think it'll get past human and be like,
Not animal.
I have a collection of sex dolls. You know what I mean? Like sex doll scenarios.
Haven't you watched that porn? Haven't you watched that documentary with me? Oh my god, you gotta watch that documentary. It's about a guy in the UK. Hey UK. That he's like addicted to sex dolls. It's intense.
You told me about it.
Yeah,
we never
yeah.
watched it.
Yeah, we never watched it.
Yeah.
I was speechless for a second there just thinking about that show.
But like taking your sex dolls to different place, like that would be the thing. Like, ooh, yes, I snuck my sex doll into the movies, and here's a video of us fucking. I don't know. That's my thoughts. What do you think it'll be?
I don't know. Like, we already have the Avengers porn. We have all those parody porns,
Right.
which are fascinating. I don't know. Like, I feel like there should be trends that are picking up in porn, but I'm not focused on one. I don't know. I think mutant porn, people with two dicks, just like, I don't know.
Mutant porn, alien porn.
Alien porn. I mean, I feel like there's been alien porn. Not really like alien, but like
All right.
It-
But like varying
Humanoid
themes
alien.
on yeah.
humanoids.
And remember that to be beautiful and natural is the birthright of every woman. And I wish you all loads and loads of loveliness and good luck.